Hello, today I'm going to be talking about Artblocks. So, Artblocks is a platform for generative art, and Artblocks is one of the most popular platforms for generative art, and it's one of the most popular collections on OpenSea. So, this is an example of here are two Artblocks pieces. This is Squiggle from Snowfro. This is from the curated part of Artblocks. This is another curated project called Ringers, and these are probably the two most popular right now. There's also Findenza, but these are two. So, what is generative art? So, generative art is basically art that isn't created by artists. So, when you usually think of art, you think of someone painting, coloring, sketching, like that type of stuff. So, generative art is that a programmer or creative programmer puts in different attributes they want. So like how many lines, different parameters. So they say it can be red, orange, or blue. It can have this amount of lines. It can have 50 to 1,000 different curves. So they put all those parameters into code, and then what they do is it like makes millions and millions of different combinations of those, and when you buy it, it generates one of them and then gives it to you. That's why it's called generative art, because it generates an art for you. So for art blocks, there's three main different kinds of generative art: static, 3D model, and interactive. So static means it's just a picture. A good example is Trust Sets. It's the newest curated project from Art Blocks. A 3D model would be beatboxes or resonance, and these I I would I'm gonna be 100%. You really should go onto Art Blocks and find the beatbox and the resonance ones because they look amazing. They're 3D beatbox. You can go in and it's basically a box and you can walk around. It's VR compatible, and resonance, it just looks beautiful. And then for interactive experiences, it's kind of like a picture, but you can like kind of mess around with it. So the Celestial Cyclones is kind of similar to like playing Pong. So you get like a little ball and you can like click it off of like different stuff. But it's very cool. I would 100% recommend going onto that. So Artblocks has three different sections to the platform. So there's curated, playground, and factory. Curated is the most selective, and it is basically the vision of Artblocks. Here's two different pieces from different curated sets. So this is from the Squiggle curation collection, and this is Trust Sets, the newest collection on Curated. So curated sets are very limited, and there's actually a 2-year waiting list to get on Artblocks. So it's very selective, and Artblocks is very crazy on which ones are allowed in. So there's the way they like how many that are allowed on per year is basically it is whichever the lowest amount is. So what I mean by that is, let's say a project has 300 it's like there's only 369 minted. So for the year of 2021, there will only ever be 369 different collections. It's kind of weird how they do it, but I think it's interesting, and they say it's supposed to be so artists can get a better collection over time. So it's not like they're not trying to cram a bunch in, and they're not trying to make it too selective. So there was 369 in 2021. We can talk about playground now. Here's some playground sets or playground collections. It's not curated. It's not like as filtered as curated. It's not promoted like a curated project is. And the way to get onto the playground collection for on Artblocks is that you have to have an a curated project. So Snowfro, who is the artist who made the Squiggle, can go on Playground because he has a curated project. So if an artist has a curated project on Artblocks, they will then be able to have a Playground project. And basically, you can only have one Playground project at a time, which means that you can't have like multiples going. So this artist only has one. You must sell out the Playground project, and there's a 1 month cooldown. So, and then let's get to the third section. So factory is the most open. It's still like very selective, but it's more open than curated or playground because you do not have to have a curated project. So this means you cannot be on playground or curated because you don't have to have a curated project. It's not curated, which means not as filtered. It's not promoted, And I'm just reminding you, these are all generative art. So no one painted these. They gave them parameters and then it went. And it's similar to Playground. You must sell out before making another one. So the artist must sell out of their collection, and then they also have another 1 month cooldown. Sustainability. So Artblocks is a NFT platform, but as we know, the crypto space and Ethereum is kind of like energy heavy. So what? So Artblocks doesn't really want that. So they want like Artblocks to be sustainable, and they are on Ethereum, and they're mostly waiting for Ethereum 2.0 to like solve most of the energy, the sustainability issues, which will do it. And they also say NFTs aren't big enough to make that much of an impact, which I agree with, but they also said they shouldn't be like thinking about it like that, because eventually NFTs are going to be very big and there's going to be significant energy use, which is good that they're thinking about it. And also they've donated $140,000 just in 2021 alone to different projects like ocean cleanups, animal what's the word? No kill animal charities and energy stuff as well. And so if you've ever been interested in like getting into the energy, or not energy, the generative art business, there's the program you should use is P5JS. Here's the website. I just thought it was interesting that basically every single generative artist uses this program, and it's really easy to use. I was messing around with it like a week ago, and it's really cool. And they even have like not samples, but like actual generative artwork that you can see the code and you can copy it, and then you can like mess around with it if you wanted to get into it. But so yeah, that's just a website if you ever wanted to like get into it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Artblocks is an amazing platform. I really like it. And if you have any questions, leave a comment.